Welcome back, everybody. We are now in our day 2 of week 3 of our Vinyasa flow. So very similar to what we did in our first video of this week. We're going to be doing a lot of similar asanas, as well as don't forget your ujjayi and your breath with our pranayama breathing. Also, just a quick reminder, have your water bottle, have your mat, be in athletic wear, and maybe a towel. So we're going to go ahead and get started on our mat. So we're going to have a seat. We're going to do our seated meditation first. So as you settle in, I want you to either sit in crisscross style here. You can even place that foot on top if you would like. And I'm going to introduce you to a third, and just actually sitting on your heels and resting your hands on top of your thighs. So I'll leave that up to you as far as which position you want to start in first in your seated meditation. I'm gonna change it up and just be sitting on my heels. Wherever you are, go ahead and start by closing your eyes. I want you to think about the breath, nice deep inhales. And as you exhale out through the nose, creating that fog-like sensation. So it's like a mirror in front of you, and as you exhale, you're fogging that mirror. So you're doing that through the nose. So allow the shoulders to relax. Nice deep breath in, expanding the lungs with oxygen. And as you exhale, contracting and letting all that air go out. Nice deep breath in. Long breath out. As you're here in your stillness, focusing on your breath, I want you to set your intention for your practice. Keep the mind present and focused with each pose. Allow yourself to listen to your body and, be able to challenge yourself, but then also to pull back when needed. Good. A few more breaths here, keeping that focus. I like to center my brain and my mind with the breath as I inhale, thinking about that 4 count. As I hold, thinking about that 4 count. And as I exhale, also counting for 4 for that box breathing. So you can use that technique as well. It's up to you on how you want to focus on your breath. And lastly, as we settle in, I want you to just think about those shoulders, the spine, how the hips feel, how your body's feeling today. Just notice those sensations. And go ahead and begin to move the body, just kind of see how the neck is feeling. See how the shoulders and your upper body just kind of sway back and forth. Just allow some gentle movements. Not anything drastic, but see how your body's doing here. All right, go ahead and open up your eyes. We're going to come on our tabletop position. So go ahead and flip on over if you were seated to your hands and knees. We'll begin with our bird dog. So remember, we're going to be extending opposite arm and leg at the same time. So we're going to shift over, starting with the right arm, extending the left leg. But I want you guys to start by you extending out that right arm first and hold. So as we hold here, I want you to think about shoulder wrist. Are they stacked in a straight line? Are my knees about hip width apart? Are my knees below my hip? And if they are, you're holding here. Biceps to ear, gazing down, keeping that neck neutral and long. Now go ahead and gently release and extend out that left leg, flexing the heel, pointing the toes down. So by doing that, it helps square the hips as we hold here. We're thinking about reaching in opposite directions as I extend and kick back and reach forward. I'm engaging my abdominals to keep that good solid base. And I'm taking nice deep breaths. Now in through the nose and out the mouth. I'm squeezing the glute to allow that leg to hold out there straight. And locking out those elbows. Gently bring back, the hand, the leg stays. We're gonna roll over to the side and extend up. So now we're on a side plank, but on the knee. So right knee down, left foot is straight, and reach up, kind of like a nice good stretch. And then we're gonna slowly bring ourselves back to that tabletop position, kind of settle back in. For the other side, so we're gonna go ahead and extend now the left arm, hold it there for a few breaths. First, check in with your positioning. Make sure the feet are about hip width apart, knees are below the hips, shoulders and wrists are stacked in one line, and our arm is extended out straight. Now when ready, extend out that right leg. Hold it out. Abs are engaged, gazing down, keeping that neck neutral and long. Nice deep breaths. In through the nose and out the mouth. I'm thinking about reaching back, kicking back, while extending and reaching forward. Trying to create that stillness as best as possible as you're holding. Good. Gently bring that left arm down. We're going to roll onto that left side and reach up. A little back bend if it feels good. Good. And then bringing yourself back into that tabletop position. Awesome. We're going to come into our first downward dog. So of this flow, tucking those toes and shooting those hips nice and high, kind of gently settle into it. Depending on how your body is feeling, it might be a little tight or loose. Pushing the hips up, feeling a good deep stretch in the hamstrings, pressing with the hands looking behind you. And let's go ahead and walk the dog. Bend the knee, we'll keep the other leg straight, kind of shift back and forth. You can shake your head yes or no. Let's see how the body feels. You can even bend the knees and straighten them out, kind of get some blood flow here. Whatever feels good for you. And coming up on those tippy toes. All right, settle into your downward dog, come back to stillness. We're gonna look up at our hands, come up on those toes, and we're gonna walk the feet one by one all the way to our forward fold. A little tight this today, so I am gonna take my time here. But yeah, so sometimes hamstrings can be a little tight, and so if that's the case, like my hands aren't reaching the mat yet, the goal will be for my hands to be touching the mat. But that's okay if they're dangling. We're going to be here for a few breaths, so just breathe in and out in that forward fold. Letting the head and neck relax, thinking about chin into chest. We're going to come into halfway lift, so placing your hands on top of your shins here. As you lift, remember, we're pulling the shoulder blades down and back, creating that L-like shape with our bodies. My gaze is about 45 degrees in front of me. Breathing in and out, and exhale, we round the spine. We're going to do that again. Remember, if it's really intense, you can always bend the knees. By keeping them straight, we're going to inhale, halfway lift. Hold here. And we're going to exhale, we round. Coming all the way back. That forward fold. Once again, halfway lift, pull those shoulder blades back, hold here. And as we exhale, we bend the knees, we swing the arms by the side, squeeze the knees and feet together, coming into chair. Hold this chair, squeezing the knees. Our little check-in with chair. Our back is nice and flat. We're not rounding and we're not really extending. We're keeping it nice and neutral. Abs are engaged. One thing I forgot to mention to you guys that you guys can do at any time if your hands are starting to fatigue, you can always bring your hands to heart center and hold here as a modification with your hands, arms. So if you're still wanting to have the arms up, you're here, forward, we're gonna stand, and we're gonna take a breath, bring the arms back, exhale, back into chair, hold here. Breath in, as we exhale now, hands come down, we come into forward fold, release. Swing the arms back, inhale, exhale, chair hold here. Weight should be evenly distributed, gazing forward, arms down, straighten the legs, forward fold. Release, breath, come back into chair. Good, hands down, release. Good, one more, into chair. Awesome, good work. And then forward fold. And slowly come up. Stand. All right, we're gonna come into plank, so we're slowly gonna come back down. You can readjust if needed. So bring your hands up, fold forward down, step it or hop it. I'm not ready to hop, so I'm gonna step, chaturanga, come all the way down, release the hands. All right, arms are gonna go out to the side. We're gonna kind of do like a Superman, but arms out in a T. And as you lift, we're thinking about lifting low back, hamstrings, glutes, shoulders. So on your inhale, lift up. Toes and heels together, palms are facing down. As you lift up, you can kindly slightly gaze forward. Nice and breathing. Lift, lift, lift. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And relax. Good. Hands come underneath the armpits, suck the toes. Come into downward dog. Settle back into that downward dog. Press the head through, hips nice and high. Legs are straight, little heels are slightly elevated from the mats. On those tippy toes, we're gonna walk it 1 foot at a time. Bend the knees if needed. Coming back into that forward fold. And then 1 vertebrae at a time, gently come up to a stand. All right, good work. We've now kind of built some heat within the body. We're gonna go ahead and move into more of our flow. So grab that water if you need it. Forgot to mention too, if you need that yoga block, you can have that available. As you've known, I've been using my water bottle as a support. So if you don't have one, you don't necessarily need to buy one. You can use things around your house. You can get a little creative. Okay. All right, we're gonna start a little slow and then we'll kind of speed up, increase the intensity and the speed a little bit. And so remember, listen to your body, slow down if you need to, rest in child's pose or back into downward dog. This is your practice. You get to focus on how you feel, but also have some fun. Okay, we're gonna go and start at the tops of our mats with our toes and heels together in that mountain pose. Remember, shoulder blades are down and back. We're gazing forward. Let's take 3 breaths here. Nice in through the nose, out through the mouth. Opening up that chest. Good, and one more breath. Just really preparing ourselves for our practice. Now on that inhale, bring the arms up. Hands come to heart center as we bow and round into forward fold, releasing the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exit, step it or hop it, come into your plank. Hold there. Check in, make sure your legs are straight, squeezing. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to up dog or cobra. And exhale, downward dog. We'll start by lifting that right leg up. Looking at the hands, exhale, swing it through. Stepping that left to meet the right, back into forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower down, arms by the side. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Release. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step it or hop it. Come into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, downward dog. High, legs straight, pressing through. Shift the weight on the right. Inhale, left leg up, look at the hands. Swing that leg through. That left meets in between the hands. Stepping with that right leg back into forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower down, arms by the side. Inhale, all the way up. And exhale, forward fold, release. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower, step it or hop it, plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, downward dog. Taking a breath here, inhale to exhale. Shift the weight on the left. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, swing it through. Step with the left back into forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower down, arms by the side. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, step it or hop it. Plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, downward dog. Taking a breath here, a little pause. Shift the weight onto the right. Inhale, left leg, look at the hands. Swing through. Step it with the right to the left. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale down, arms by the side. Inhale, all the way up. And hands come to heart center. Good. All right, awesome job. Hopefully those are getting a little easier. Take a little quick water break. Just wanted you guys to get a chance to, again, keep practicing your sun salutations. We're now going to be adding other variations and moving. They're pretty much very similar to what you did in that first video, so a lot of this stuff should be familiar. All right, so starting back at the tops of our mats in mountain pose. Don't forget, breathing through the nose, out that Ujjayi breath, out the mouth. There's sometimes that I won't be able to cue you every time, so just remember that breath. Breathe in and exhale, bow. Release the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. We're gonna go slow for this first set. And exhale, lower, step it or hop it back into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, downward dog. All right, shifting the weight on the left. Inhale, right leg high. Look at the hands, swing the leg through. We're gonna drop that back leg and come into low lunge. So here, all about pushing the hips forward, looking up if you can, or gazing forward. I always try to gaze forward first to settle into my low lunge. And then if I'm ready, kind of look slightly up. And that allows for a more of a bigger challenge. So as we're holding here, you can remember, always bring your hands to heart center. At any point, if your arms start to fatigue, we're gonna now bring the hands back down, tucking the toes. We're gonna straighten out that leg and hold here. So we're adding now a little bit of that deeper stretch through the groin, top of the left thigh. Straighten that leg, and we're gonna walk the arms over to the left side. So we should be on the left side of our mats. Nice, good wide stance in our straddle. We're thinking about pushing the hips back, using the arms to kind of bring our head down and forward. We wanna think about the crown of that head coming down to the mat. Also, we wanna be placed ourselves in the center. So you can check yourself and just make sure that you need to push, bring yourself a little bit back. And with my exhale, I'm gazing behind me. I'm allowing the upper body to relax. I'm using my arms to guide my upper body and my head down. I'm also thinking about locking out these knees. So I'm squeezing those quads, keeping the legs nice and locked out straight as I breathe. If that's too much of a deep sensation, a light soft bend is also a good alternative. But if you can lock out those legs, keep them straight, and try to make that, bring your body down inch by inch with each breath. You're sinking a little deeper. Good, keep it there. Breathe. Good, all right, we're gonna shift over, walk it to the back side, and we're gonna hold that low lunge first, kind of doing things a little opposite, but that's okay. And we're gonna drop that back leg and come up into our low lunge. Remember, with low lunge, we start gazing forward first. Little light bend is as you feel fit. And you want to get a little deeper. I think about shooting my hips forward, a nice deep stretch through the hips, grabbing with the toes of my left foot, biceps to ears, nice tall posture. Remember, at any point you can come back down with your hands as a modification in that prayer position. Good, bringing your hands back down, straightening it out. We're gonna go ahead and bring our left leg back. And now we're facing the back of our mats into downward dog. We're gonna do a little transition here from down dog to plank. So we're gonna roll onto our toes, shift our weight forward. You wanna make sure you have enough space. So your down dog might be a little further apart than natural, and that's okay. You're gonna hold plank. Inhale, we're gonna come back high, downward dog. Exhale, shift back to plank and hold. Inhale, downward dog, keep the hips high. Exhale, hold plank. Inhale, downward dog. But a few more. Roll onto the toes, come back into plank, hold. Inhale, shoot the hips high, press the head through. Inhale, roll it back into plank, hold it. Inhale, hips nice and high, head through. Last one. Roll it into plank, hold it. Push back into downward dog. Awesome. We're gonna shift the weight on the left. Inhale, right leg up, swing it through. Coming into our extended side angle. So drop that back heel, placing the right hand on the outside of the foot and reaching across. If we need to modify, we can hold here as we reach, or using that block. We're going outside this time versus inside of the foot as you reach across. Good. Inhale, come up, warrior two, and hold here. Gazing forward or the back of the room for you guys and myself in warrior two. And then we're going to strain that leg, rotate hands either at hip or arms by the side as you swan dive down into our wide legged forward fold, kind of in that straddle position. Good, you might now, since this is the second time you're in this might be a little deeper than your first go around, and that, you're noticing your body creating that heat, getting deeper into that stretch. I'm noticing my head's being able to come down a little further. It might be a little bit of a wider stance, and that's okay. And breathe. You can add those variations that we talked about last time, interlacing, having the arms behind you and kind of pulling them back if that feels good in the shoulders. Wherever you are, we're going to go ahead and walk it over, bend the right knee, come into that deep side lunge. Remember, for this one, you want to make sure that you're using your hands to help support you, because if this is too much, you want to be here and hold, or even place your hands on the side to kind of support. So I'm here, gazing forward. And then if your legs are strong enough, you can stand it up, or you can use it as support. Take it over to that other side and hold. Chest up. Awesome. And then using support if you need it, we're going to come to left side, warrior two. Left knee front, back leg straight, straight arc with the arms, and we hold. And then for that extended side angle, either here reaching up, or if you can place the hand on the outside part of the feet and you're reaching. Good, placing that hand on the other side. We're gonna send that leg back into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, downward dog. Awesome job, everybody. Breathing in and out. Looking at your hands on those tippy toes. We're gonna come on to our right leg again. Swing that leg through. All right, we went through this once. We're gonna go through this again. We're gonna drop that back leg. So now that you're familiar with everything, holding it a little less. Exhale, come up into that low lunge. We're gonna walk it over. Come into that wide straddle on that left side. breathing in and out. Kind of circling around to our mats. And then walk it over to the left side. Lunge, drop that leg in that low lunge. Good. And exhale. Tuck the toes, send it back. Plank. Downward dog, hips high. We're just going to do a few here. Exhale back. Inhale, hips high. Exhale back. Inhale, hips high, downward dog. Exhale back into plank. 2 more. Inhale, we're moving with our breath. And exhale. Last one. Inhale. And then exhale back into plank hold. And hips high. All right. Shifting the weight on the left. Inhale, right leg. Swing it through, dropping that. We're actually going to keep on the balls of the feet. We're going to go and twist on opposite directions. So as we hold here in that extended angle, you can stay here and be here if you like. I'm adding a third variation, twisting, facing the other direction. Hold. And then we're going to drop the heel, come up, swing arms, warrior 2. Here. Straighten out, rotate, hands at waist, hands out, or even you can interlock right at the beginning, and exhale, drop. Kind of whatever you feel like would be good for your body, how your body's feeling. And wherever you are, if your arms are interlaces, extend them out, chest up. Inhale back, and then we're going to start this time on the left side. Not deep side lunge. So holding it here. Nice work. And then send it over. Other side, hold it. Remember, modify if needed. And then up, warrior 2. On left side, hold it. Arms straight, line, knee bent, chest up. And then coming into that twist if you want to, or extended side angle. Remember, you can be here, that heel, over here. Or if you're gonna add that third variation, you might right arms down, left arms up. And I'm looking at the left side of the room. Squeezing with that right leg. Good, and we drop, we send that leg back, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Awesome. From here, we're gonna bend the knees, look up with our hands. We're just gonna walk 1 foot at a time. Back into that forward fold. And roll it up nice and slowly back up into a stand. Very nice. All right, good work with that flow. Take a quick sip of water. We're gonna work on some balancing. Warrior 3. So I'm just gonna specifically break these up because I want you guys to be able to practice these. So for warrior 3, we'll be adding them, kind of embedding them into the flow next week. Is that your leg's gonna be locked out straight, arm out in front, and then you send it back. And the goal here is to keep the hips straight, pointing the toes as you lean forward, creating that T And see if you bend the knee, it's a little easier. The goal is to lock out straight, biceps to ears. Arm plane wings are when, or arm plane arms are when you have your arms back, like an airplane. And then we're here. Remember, modifications can always be in prayer position. So that's that. We'll do the same thing. I just want to even myself out. On the left side, extended hand to toe. So this might be new for some people, maybe not. So essentially the way we do it, I'm going to face you guys, is you want to keep one leg down. I'm flexing the left leg because I'm going to do my right arm. 2 fingers are going to hook on my big toe. So I'm here as to start off. Knee is nice and high. You can hold it here. That's great. And then if you're ready, the goal is to extend it out to the side and hold that position like that. And you can even right here is great. This is a good time that if you need support against a wall, you can shift your body wherever you need it. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side, okay? So we'll practice our warrior 3 first. We'll go ahead and start with our right leg. So I like to give myself a little bit momentum, not just start here and here. I like to kind of step into it, but that's completely up to you. So wherever you are, right foot forward, arms up to start, and then you're gonna tip forward. And so coming into that warrior 3, holding here. Remember, neck long, gazing down. Try not to look forward, straightening that neck. Doing the best you can as you hold. And breathe. I'm here for a few seconds. Keep holding, keep breathing. We're thinking about grounding down with your toes. All right, and slowly come on back. Release. Shake it off if you need to. That right side really feels it. All right, we're gonna do the same for the left. So you wanna think about nice locked out straight leg, arms up, and then shift forward. So reaching, toes are pointed, hips are squared as you're coming down, and hold. We're thinking squeezing the quad, locking out the knee. I'm like grabbing with my toes to keep that good steady foundation as I lift. Breathe here, a few more seconds. Bringing the toes back. And at any point, like what I just did, if you came out of it, that's okay. Just make your way back. And then slowly come out of that. Okay, shake it out. All right, we're gonna do our extended hand to toe. We'll start with our right leg first, straight. Taking our 2 index fingers, bending that knee. And here's the other thing too, if you can't make it to the toes, but you can hold your shin and hold out like this, fantastic. Remember, your practice, you get to do it the way that feels good for you. Just move this back a little bit. Okay. So here, hook, hold, start here. And then if you're ready, nice and slowly extend that leg out. Yeah, a different type of balance exercise. That right arm out helps to counter. The more you can kick out and press onto the hands or your fingers, a little bit easier it is. And staring at something that isn't moving can help with focus on balance as well. Engaging abs. So many countering muscles that can help stabilize you. All right, nice and gently, slowly come out of it. Awesome. Okay, great. We'll do the other side. Same thing to start. Bring that leg up first, grabbing that shin or hooking your toe with your 2 fingers, arms out to the side. And then when ready, slowly start to extend it out. You might be able to notice a difference between one side or the other. Yeah, definitely can notice the difference here. Breathe. Awesome, and wherever you are, gently lower. Bring yourself down. Shake it out if you need to. Okay, so practice makes perfect, right? We'll do this one more time through both poses before we get down to our mats with some bridge work and some core before we end. So back to our warrior 3. We'll start with our right leg first. Inhale, reach up, and exhale, reach out. We'll hold it here. Remember, hips squared, point the toes back, arms extended out. Just giving you that practice to really focus, ground the toes, and then slowly come out of that. Awesome. Other side. I like to think about my toes like claws, like I'm grounding, really using those toes to really grip the mat. All right, inhale, exhale out, hold here, squeeze the quads, abs in tight, hips squared, slowly bring yourself up. Awesome. Very good, very good. Okay, that extended toes to foot out, hands to foot, excuse me. We're going to start with that right leg first. So left leg comes up, placing the 2 fingers either there or you're holding that shin. And then nice and slowly when you're ready, extend it out. Looking down, abs tight, facing forward, staring at something that isn't moving. And then now gently, slowly make your way out. Sweet. Hope you guys are slowly getting it. All right, the last one on the other side. Start by shifting the weight onto that left leg with the right. Take the index fingers and hook, or placing that hand on the shin. Extend that left arm out, and when ready, extend it out. Hold. Breathing. Squeeze that left leg, gripping down with your toes. And gently bring yourself back. All right, very good. Good job with your balance. Make your way down. Grab some water if you'd like. We're gonna do some bridges. We did these last time. So with bridging, we want to come down flat onto our backs with our knees bent. Knees are at kind of that 45-degree angle. You want to bring your heels close to your glutes, but not necessarily right so close. You want some space, and your arms are by your side. And on your next inhale, pressing down, you want your feet about hip width apart. You're gonna inhale, bring the hips up. Or think about glutes, the butt cheeks are squeezing. Knees are not caving in, slightly pressing out, but keeping that hip width apart distance. Kind of that chin into chest, gazing up. Just using the glutes here to help lift our hips nice and high. And then slowly, one vertebrae at a time, gently lower down and bring your knees into the chest. Awesome. And just a nice little sways back and forth. See how the body feels. We'll do that again. We'll add another variation, taking it to that next level by interlacing your hands and, tucking the shoulders. So if you don't remember, you can look at me first. On your inhale, bringing it up. Remember, you can stay here, totally fine, but if you're ready, lacing the fingers, tucking shoulders. That way it pops you up even higher as you hold. This one's a good shoulder stretch. Allows a little bit of the stretching of the upper body too. You gotta listen to that body. Pressing down with the heels, squeezing with the glutes. The hips stay nice and high. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then gently release and slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Make your way down, knees into chest. Rocking side to side. Woohoo. Oh yeah, very nice. All right. V-up and knee tuck. So this is just a modern ab workout. We did the V-ups, kind of a modification to boat. So that is a yoga pose. So you can watch me first here. So essentially, knee tucks, hands behind the back. You extend the legs out here. So we're gonna go 30 seconds. You can either stay here or you can do what I do, where we tuck here. So now I'm having no support. And as I extend out, I come into a V-up. Back in to knee tuck, back out into V-up. So that is the full way of doing the core work. But if you want to modify, you can either stay here or you can stay here too, okay? I'll leave that up to you. 30 seconds is all we're gonna be doing here, okay? Starting in 3, 2, and 1. Starting with the tuck and then the V-up. Tuck. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ooh, very nice. Knee into chest. Rocking side to side. You need it. Whatever feels good for you. All right, we're gonna rock forward and back, or we can be in a seated position, and we're gonna come over and flip it over for lotus. So for lotus, this is the one that we grab the feet behind us. So you want to be pretty much fully on your mats. You're going to start by bending the knees. We're going to reach back behind us so we can grab a hold of our feet. So we want to make sure we're grabbing on the outside, not the inside, for our shoulders. And we want to kick up on our next inhale. Okay, ready? Lift and kick. So we're thinking about kicking up and out, gazing slightly forward. I'm using my leg muscles to kick up into my hands as they reach up nice and high. Kick and reach. Thinking about you. We're working through those quads. Keep kicking, keep reaching, and then slowly release. We're gonna rest on the left side of our ear. Take a breath. Awesome. We're gonna do that one more time. Our last work here before we do more of our deeper stretching, pull down, Vinyasa. All right, ready? And kick. We're trying to keep the knees slightly close together, not to flare them out too much. Just use the leg muscles to kick up and reach. Keep kicking and reaching. Breathe, don't hold your breath. Keep going. 1 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently come out of that and rest on that right ear. Very good. All right, using your hands and gently come back up into a seated position. We're going to do our seated twist. So we're going to start left knee down, bent, right leg crossing over that left knee, taking that left arm, place it across, taking the right arm behind you, using that left hand to help twist the upper body as you're looking over that right shoulder. Twisting behind, looking over that right shoulder as best as you can. As you exhale, you're thinking about really relaxing and twisting. Good work, everybody. And then release. That heart rate might be still elevated, and that's okay. We're gonna stack the knees as best as you can. Inhale up and exhale. Allow your head and neck to relax. And just walk the hands as far out in front of you that you can. This is where we're trying to lower down that heart rate for all the good work that you did earlier today. With your exhale, you're sinking a little deeper into that stretch, allowing that forehead to meet the knee. As best as you can, moving the nose up against the knee. Slowly bring yourself back up. And you always want to gently come out of that. You don't want to almost or do anything that will cause injury. So now we're switching. Make sure to have your feet on the mat. If you're like on a carpet like me, it tends to slip on that carpet. So I'm making sure my feet are gripping onto the mat. Left arm behind me, right arm comes across. And I like to press here, that way you can keep that upper body nice and tall as I'm twisting and looking over that left shoulder now. Exhale. I'm trying to look more behind that shoulder. Elongating through that spine. And slowly come out of that. And placing left knee on top of that right leg. Kind of readjust if you need to. I'm gonna bring myself more in the center of my mat. There we go. Arms up. And then just gently lower down. Use your hands to help walk the upper body more forward. Exhale, allowing the upper body to sink a little deeper, meeting that forehead to knee or nose to knee, whatever works for you. Nice deep breaths. Calming the body, the heart, and mind. Slowly, gently, allow the upper body to slowly come up. Release the legs. Gentle horizontally and come into that forward fold in our seated position. So flexing the feet. Now wiggle into that, see the body, what adjustments you need. Inhale, chest up, reach up. Exhale, reach forward. Dropping the head and neck. Remember, wherever you are, shin, ankle, toes, you can interlace your two fingers to hook on the big toe. That way you can allow for the upper body to really lengthen and deepen in the stretch. I like to close my eyes here so I can just like allow my body to just let go, relax. Follow that breath. Sink deeper into that stretch. Gently release and nice and slowly come back up. We're going to end with a different one today. So just wide straddle, this time kind of similar to what we did standing. We're going to bring our arms up and exhale. Drop the body forward. Walking the hands to where the upper body feels good and just hold it there. Letting the head and neck relax. Gently, nice and slowly bring that upper body back up, bringing those feet together. Slowly come down onto the mats. Now let our feet roll out. Arms are by the side. Palms are facing down, so resting on the back of our hands. Palms facing up. Fingertips just letting them curl in. And as you settle into your Korpsavasana pose, I want you to think about your breath again. And just readjust as needed. Focus on nice deep breathing in. Maybe a slight hold and exhale out. Just refocusing on being intentional of our breath. We go about our entire day breathing and we forget that we're breathing. So this allows us to fully be present with each inhale as well as with each exhale out. Allow your body to just melt onto the mat, releasing any tension, letting it all go. Just enjoy this time of stillness. we slowly start to awaken, start by wiggling our fingers and our toes. Roll over to one side, creating a pillow with the arm underneath. And then when ready, gently, nice and slowly, bring yourself back up into a seated position. Well done, everybody. Namaste. Good work today. All right, we've got one more week of our Vinyasa before we move into a new style of yoga. So hopefully you've been enjoying this series so far. Have a good rest of your day, and I will see you next week with another flow.